Hey yo, what up? It's me doing things again. So I watched a little bit of that new Disney X-Men cartoon, the X-Men 97 thing. Thought I'd share a few thoughts of it. I don't love the animation style. That's just part of living in the modern age. I'm just not crazy about that weird rotoscope thing they do. I don't like the way it does faces. I think some of the design stuff was cool. Like clearly Storm looked like she was using the, what's his name, Russell Dodderman influences. I thought Gambit looked fucking great. And I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it because I found it fucking unwatchable. Literally unwatchable. I've always hated the X-Men cartoon. I've always hated that X-Men cartoon since I was a kid. Let me see if I can put this to you as simply as possible. I love the X-Men. It's one of my favorite franchises, especially since I was younger and even older because of the work that Grant Morrison did on it, which I think is the best X-Men work anyone's ever done. I love the John Byrne stuff more than the Chris Claremont stuff. Anyways, not talking about the comics, talking about the show, but I kind of have to talk about the comics while I talk about the show. I think about there being like a fucking scale. Like the X-Men cartoon always reminds me of the G.I. Joe cartoon, you know, a sort of like, hey there kids, we're American soldiers and pow pow pow, we're fighting a terrorist organization known as Cobra, pow pow pow. That's what the X-Men cartoon reminds me of. And like, I don't fucking like G.I. Joe, man. I like Generation Kill. That might be unrealistic, you know, as a comparison to make, but like in terms of military adventure stories, I like Generation Kill. I like stuff that's R-rated and grounded and has some kind of connection to real human experiences. That's what I want the X-Men to be. I don't want the X-Men to be a G.I. Joe cartoon. I don't want them to be a simplified, dumbed-down thing for kids. I want them to be elevated sci-fi for grown-ups. Challenging sci-fi, challenging, thoughtful sci-fi. And I think it can be done because I've read the Grant Morrison comics and I've read some of the other comics in the past and I've seen the comics be pretty fucking good. And I just don't think it makes the franchise better to make it a dumb thing for little kids. I'm sorry. Like, I know there's a lot of people who strongly were going to disagree with that, who think of like, well, the X-Men are just kind of stupid. Like, they shoot lasers and fucking have mutant powers and shit. So, like, obviously it's for babies. It's for little babies. And it's going to have things like Cyclops says, hey, I'm the good guy. We're the good guys and we're doing good guy stuff. That's what we do. I'm like, fine. Go think that. That's wonderful. That's not at all fucking limited. But I like to think that I live in a world where you could do sci-fi adventure stories that are sort of sophisticated, thought-provoking stories for adults that, again, might challenge their preconceived notions of things. I was challenged when I watched Generation Kill. I fucking love it. It's so well made. It's so well acted. It's so well written. Why can't the X-Men be like that? So, in conclusion, I don't like the X-Men cartoon because it's not The Wire. Big fucking surprise to anybody who fucking knows me that that's what my opinion is. But hey, man, I'm sorry. I can't watch it. I find it so fucking boring. It's a baby show for babies. Baby show for babies. It's not for me. It's not for me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I just so fucking insipid and dull. And I don't think the X-Men need to be that way. I think the X-Men could be well written. I think the X-Men could be well made. I think you could do something interesting and very intelligent and smart and not just pander to little kids and grown adults who like to watch little kid show. Not that I don't like little kid shows. You know, man, I fucking love me some Adventure Time, but even that has a level of sophistication that I don't get from this shit, from this X-Men cartoon shit. Anyways, in conclusion, more like Generation Kill, less like G.I. Joe, but the X-Men cartoon is always going to be like G.I. Joe, so what the fuck are you going to do about it? I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go fucking watch something else. I'm listening to the audiobook for World War Z right now, and I'm really enjoying it. So probably going to go back to that, or I'll watch the YMS fucking video review of the World War Z movie, because that's pretty funny. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. Those are my thoughts on the X-Men movie. Blah. No, seriously, thanks for watching this video. You are my buddy. Hey, look, you can see a little tiny bit of a Mabel Louise right there. She's sleeping in her beanbag. My baby.